another topic we have is personal growth.
Personal growth.
Perfect one. I love this one. I really thought about this one and I really like it.
Elaborate. If you had a thought
I really had a thought about personal growth because as a human, we all grow.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of these topics where everyone can tune in and everyone will have their own opinion about personal growth because we're all growing towards something else. There are many bullet points of personal growth. Again, it's one of these topics where it's a tree with a lot of branches. Depending on where your growth finishes, the topic, the little subtopic comes in.
Mm-hmm.
But I will start off with, most important in my own character development.
Yeah.
Personal growth was always meant on ego.
Elaborate.
Ego. I think ego is... When someone says you got too much of an ego, I think it's a wrong way of saying it. I don't think you can have... I think you can have too much ego. But... Or no, actually no, I don't think you can have too much ego. I think you can't control your ego. I always had a lot of ego. I would have not been the best in the room, but I am the best. I would in my head sometimes think like, oh, I can't really do this task. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to attempt it. If I'm going to fail, someone's going to correct me.
It's almost like confidence.
Yeah, because I think if your ego is high, your confidence is high as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or if your ego is high and your confidence is low, that ego will uplift your confidence because it has to.
Ego is not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like, it has a bad name, but ego ultimately reflects to your confidence and your self-worth or like your standards, right?
Yeah.
Because often people that are labeled with high ego are people that show unrealistic standards. Mm-hmm. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, right?
No. I think sometimes when people have too much of an ego, though, it will put other people around you in a little bit of a distress. Mm-hmm. Some people don't know how to handle people with a bigger ego. And sometimes because you're this is one thing I heard all my life, especially at work, overconfident.
Overconfident, yeah.
I'm not overconfident, I'm just overqualified. Do you know what I mean? I'm just, if I'm doing a task, I'm trying to do it perfect.
Yeah.
So if someone steps in my way and will try to kind of put me off that task, I'll be like, no, I'm doing it. I'm not overconfident. I'm just on it, you know?
Yeah.
And when I sit in a room, just like with the ego part, when I'm sitting in the room, I might not be the best in the room, but I will always feel the best.
So it links very well to the growth, self-development, right?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, like from listening to what you're saying, what I'm sort of understanding is ego goes, it's a parallel line with confidence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And one pushes another.
And confidence is a very interesting thing because no one truly is just, well, some people, we can argue that they're slightly more confident naturally or not. Mm-hmm. But I truly believe that if someone has high confidence is because they have good experiences, right? They've experienced something so many times where they just don't feel the emotions that often, like stress, anxiety, that come with situations that require high confidence, right?
Yeah.
So I just think you've experienced a lot. Mm-hmm. You've probably built your confidence to the point where your ego just spiked up.
I think also with confidence and ego is sometimes people try other sources to attack you from all ways. Mm-hmm. You know, especially in industry jobs.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of people fighting for your position or fighting towards one position, or there will be a hierarchy above you that will try to kind of like put you down a little bit because you're getting out of your line. You know, you have your certain role and you should be there. You know, and because you're a little bit more ambitious, you're trying to step over the line a little bit. They try to push you off a little bit. And because I've experienced a lot in my life since my first workplace, where I would try a little bit more than anyone else, just because I believe the more you grow, the more you experience, the better you become.
Yeah.
So when people were trying to push me back, I had nothing to do than confidence. You know, that the confidence was the only outcome of getting me pushed back. And when I was becoming more and more confident, these people struggled to push me back. Hence why I'm a manager now, you know. So I think ego and confidence was a major factor of me rising, you know.
I have a question about confidence.
Go on.
Right? Confidence is an interesting one because let's say you're in a situation where you have to step out on a stage and do some public speaking, right?
Yes.
And people would argue you need a lot of confidence to do that.
Yes.
So is, let's say you're an individual that stresses a lot in that situation, right?
Okay.
And let's say there's a person that doesn't stress. Right? The person that doesn't stress goes out on the stage and does whatever they need to do, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a person that goes up on the stage that stresses a lot in that situation. Which one actually shows more confidence?
Oh, obviously the person that stresses out.
Exactly, right?
I mean, maybe not even confident. Nah, do you know what? No, the person that comes out and doesn't stress is the more confident one. The other one has more courage.
But I don't think so. Because I think confidence is doing something you're not the most comfortable at doing and actually doing it. That's what I believe.
I don't know, because confident is when you have certain ability and you know they're correct and you know they're right. Courage
Courage is a good one.
Courage would be the one where you know you're not confident in yourself. A lot of people would stand there and they just watch you. They might not criticize you, but you're just stressed to be outside in front of them.
So you're saying confidence
you're stronger.
So confidence is more you being
sure of yourself,
sure of your actions.
Yeah.
Of your abilities.
But I think in that situation where if you're stressed to talk to public, you have to ask yourself one thing. What are you doing in front of that public? If you're making a speech, let's say, and it's a speech that you don't know nothing about, stop talking. Don't even go out there. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no point you not being confident, then you go out there, talk nothing, talk rubbish for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. People were not going to listen to you. You don't know what you're talking about. You're going to get judged. You're going to get commented on. They will boo you of the scene.
Yeah.
And then your confidence will, from 0, go to minus.
But I think this is one of the most beautiful positions you can be put at.
Oh, yeah, you learn a lot.
Only if you can process it very well.
Oh, yeah,
Because look, all the things you mentioned, right? You're stepping out. You're stressing, anxiety. You're going to be judged. Look at all the things you're getting at one moment, right?
It is a character development.
Huge. For personal growth, which we're talking about.
Yeah, for personal growth, it's massive.
I think if you can manage that, expose yourself to fears
but
like
I think you should know what you're talking about. Even if you're not confident in yourself, educate yourself on the topic.
Of course, you have to. Don't be unprepared.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And this is the point. If you're prepared for anything and you're not confident, do it anyways.
Do it.
Because that will rise you above anyone else. And people will appreciate it later on. But if you don't know what you're talking about, sit back, go back, read it through, educate yourself on the topic, and or just choose the topics that you're strong in. Everyone's got their own strong topics.
Yes.
But if you are in position to go out of your comfort zone, go out of it. Because it will make you more comfortable for any other experiences.
Yeah, and I think everyone should, right?
Yeah.
You should, if you really want to strive for personal growth, putting yourself in the most uncomfortable positions you can think of.
Yeah.
Is good. But also it's like going back to the success sort of thing that we spoke about, right? Make sure that these uncomfortable positions you're putting yourself out to are also the positions you would like to do, right? Let's take public speaking as an example again.
Yeah.
If, we know that public speaking is stressful, right?
Yeah.
You require quite a lot of confidence in order to do it. But if public speaking is something you really generally don't care about, there might not be much point in it. But if you do want to be a public speaker at some point, right? Or be a face of something, do those things. These things will get you closer. If you really want to be successful, sometimes you have to work on your personal growth. Yeah. And that is exposing yourself to stressful and just embarrassing situations that are within the line of your success.
And repeat it.
Yes.
And repeat
over and over to the point where your confidence is so high, where you just believe in your ability to perform it.
There is a quote, right, that we are what we repeatedly do, and then excellence doesn't become like an act, but it becomes a habit. Yeah. So you become excellent as a habit. Your day-to-day activities will be to the top standard as a habit of yours, like you have with, for example, I'll say timekeeping, because you're usually on time, and same as your pre-planning. You've you probably didn't start 4 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever.
Oh no.
So well organized.
You fail over and over and over again.
But because you do it all the time, because you have to, you have no choice.
Second nature.
Right, exactly. And you strive for this excellence where you have your own clients, you know you're gonna be there. They might not be, but you will. When you have your other duties like at home, at your other projects, this even, right? You will pre-plan yourself 20 minutes, even setting these mics, 2 days ago, just to check in before this day. You will set aside these 20 minutes because it will be your habit that you have to. And then when your whole day is organized, 10 p.m. I'll hit the bed so I can go gym at 6 a.m., which is stupid. But whatever.
You know what it is? It's like, why do you tend to do? I kind of, the reason I like planning is because when I lay down my day on a paper, on a screen, it's only then that I can see how much free time I have. Yeah. And it's only then when I plan everything.
I never thought about that.
It's only then when I put all my things down, I look at it and I'm like, oh, I've got time here. And then I always have like, let's say 3 hours of my free own time. Okay. But I put that in and I'm like, look how much free time I have. And the reason I put these mics here, because I had a little bit of time, I'm like, what can I do? To push me forward. Right? And I was like, oh, I need to get these mics. Then I was like, oh, I need to do something else. And then like, I think about all these ideas that are somehow productive or like beneficial for me, provide me some personal growth, right? And I fill it in. So for me, putting my diary, setting up my diary is the only way that allows me to visualize how much free time I actually have. People do the same with like bills, for example. They put down a list of bills to see how much free money they have. Yeah. And you do the same, but with time, which is very smart. I never thought about it because like I'm usually like, okay, do you know what? I'll just skip it. And then I got free time anyways. Boom. I've just made myself some free time. It's definitely a good mindset to have. But because you've done it so many times, you're now excellent at it. Yeah. You got 20 minutes spare. For some that could be stressful life. Of course. And it's not great for everyone's personal growth as we're talking about. Yeah. Because if you start pre-planning a lot of things, you have to have this mental stability of there could be failures in the day. It's very easy to disrespect yourself. Yes. Right? And to lay yourself down. Yeah. And a lot of people might have a problem where you're going from A to Z. If M or N collapses, what's with the other letters now? Yeah. You can easily get disturbed throughout a day. Yeah. And if something's not there because traffic, you didn't expect that traffic. Oh shit. But I think that's why you need to remind yourself you are a human. Right? Yeah. And I think if you're not a robot, right? If you're a robot where you plan everything. Yeah. Right? And you have to get it done as it is, that's not good. You need to be responsible because life is not that way. Life never goes to plan. There's always going to be things that will be delayed or things that will not work out or you just won't feel good. All these things. So I think being very responsive with your decision making is the best way to go. You set up a framework for what you want to do, how you want to get it done. And then when it comes to it, sometimes you might switch things around, do it in a different order, move things to a different day. Because things will come, opportunities arise on that day, and you have to respond with it. So I think it requires some sort of ability. Okay, for you to manage it. And I think for personal growth as well, the one advice I would be able to give, not even people out there, not even you, but like myself from the past, let's say, is not to be harsh on yourself. Be disciplined, but don't be harsh. Because a lot of people are very harsh on themselves at the start, and that makes them not want to do it. You got to be disciplined. You have your schedule, stick to it. You have your duties, do them. By discipline, you will achieve what you want in your personal growth, either it's personal or work or any growth, really. But don't be harsh on yourself. If you fail, do it again. Do it tomorrow. Do it in a minute. But just don't blame yourself for the outside sources. Traffic is not your fault. You needed to help a friend. You don't want to neglect them. It's not your fault. Reflect on it. Exactly. Let's use traffic as an example, right? If you're going to work. You got your schedule, you go there and traffic comes up. Reflect, right? Don't just beat yourself up, right? Yeah. Just be like, okay, listen, next time maybe I should check the traffic, right? Same with if the friends call you, right? Yeah. Like, oh, I haven't seen my friends in a very long time, right? Yeah. Like, I want to get these things done. They're like very important, but I value my friends a little bit more. Maybe I can move these things around to see my friends. So no, that's fair. That's fair. So it's, be responsive. Yeah. So I'll ask you one question then. I know you sometime now. I remember you in college. I remember you a little bit before college. I remember you after college, right?
Your personal growth has skyrocketed at one point.
Yeah.
Because it went from like busy, just study,
Yeah.
to all of a sudden we didn't talk for a year and you're apparently a businessman and stuff like this. I'm like, what's going on, right? One advice. From your own experience, not from internet, not from Google, your own experience, you've done it yourself. One advice that changed something in your personal growth for the better. I want to answer for that question as well later on.
One thing that changed, I think, being very, very true to yourself.
Okay.
Right? And I've done this activity where, you know, when I first became busy, right? It was all mostly like social media, other inspiration, other influence, right? People, you know, I was trying to be successful. So I was listening to a lot of successful people to see what they have to say. Yeah. And I was going with their word, right? But then one day I sat down and I just noted down, what character do I actually want to be? Right? And I just put these things down, right?
That's good.
And before, when I haven't seen my friends for like a little bit of chunk, is because I was like, oh, just work hard. To the point where I realized I'm a very family and friendship driven character.
Okay.
Right? And I was losing that value. Then I was like, I need that value to be successful. Right? So for me, it was just break down, who do you really want to be? Right? And just strive for it. Right? Reflect. Don't let just others influence it.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good advice. Good advice. Cool.
Right. We've got one more topic, right?
No.
Or do you want to complete something else?
I'm going to complete one more thing for my personal growth.
Yes.
There was one major factor in my personal growth. You might disagree with me, but I'm telling you this right now openly, live on camera.
Yes. I'm
Sex.
listening. Okay.
Sex.
Elaborate.
Do you know confidence?
Yes.
When you have sex, you must have confidence. How many times have you had sex and you had no confidence in yourself?
Doesn't really exist, right?
Well, exactly. Because you're confident.
Yeah.
How many times have you...
Oh, of course not. Well, like, you know, when you're young...
Yeah, no, I always had confidence.
Sorry. From the day one, eh?
No, sorry, from day one, I was actually scared.
Yeah.
But after day one, I was like, yo, I can do it. Now I know. And I think sex builds a man to be a man.
Definitely.
And that gave me a personal growth. I think it's very important in my storyline. I think if I didn't have sex, I wouldn't be who I am today. I'm a confident person. And if I know I can be confident both physically, both mentally around people and intimately,
yeah,
I'm a fulfilled person.
I think I like what you're saying because it's as a human being, you have some fundamental needs in life.
Yes.
Right? And one of it is not necessarily sex, but it's just relationship.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. So I think because...
No, I agree. I was just joking with that face. Yeah, I agree.
Because you've got a nice, stable relationship that just makes you feel more complete.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it just allows you to function better.
Of course. And as we spoke about success and personal growth, I think they both are like when they both go top, like when you reach success and when your personal growth goes up, you enter a state of happiness. You enter a state of happiness. And I've not once have yet spoke to a man that said he was sad after sex.
I have, but
let that be a topic for another episode.
Let it be, right?
Let it be. But
yeah,
I'll be on like episode 10 special. For how long was that then? Yeah, it's good though.